Turn my pair of audio systems down a minuscule amount. Yeah. How much American currency you gained in the past millennium? Yeah. Whoa. How much American currency you gained in the past millennium? Sruta. How much American currency you gained in the past millennium? Sruta. VN. Negro. Whoa. How much American currency you gained in the past millennium? A considerable amount. How many internal conflicts have endeavored inside of? A considerable amount. How many carbon life forms inverted wrongly of it? Considerable amount left the outside in a thickened atmosphere for a large portion of time. A considerable amount. How many specimens would very much appreciate you not succeeding in your endeavors? A considerable amount. How many lawmaking persons have you been acquainted with? A considerable amount. How many times have you been targeted with a certain firearm? A considerable amount. How many Negroes have you shot at with a firearm? A considerable amount. How many Negroes have passed away under natural circumstances? A considerable amount. How many times did you bend the rules in your favor? A considerable amount. How many times did contract a false alibi? A considerable amount. How many opportunities have you passed up with a female? Prick around with a certain group labeled that how over there? A considerable amount. Every millennium I'm breathing oxygen and consuming glucose. I will continue my gracious life on this land mass freely. I would rather run out of American currency and be in adult time. Out than have gained many amounts of American currency and passed away under natural circumstances. But I'm the Negro labeled the number 21, so I will never swap my sides. Cut it down into small prices, yeah. 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 Opportunities to be transferred to adult timeout just to gain American currency. My cardiovascular system is beginning to near the stage of hypothermia, so much that I can put it in a place usually used to store liquids. My clan of certain Negroes against the 7 billion carbon-based life forms. It was that. Then you wrote a text-dependent analysis that really messed up my current stage of existence. My sibling passed away under certain circumstances. It turned me into a Native American. My sibling passed away under certain circumstances. It turned me to the dangerous gang-related areas, the streets. I've been through terrible weather and it turned me to the letter J. Alas, the other side's weather was filled with a certain star, the sun. I was paid American currency to talk very fast to musical rhythms. How much American currency you gained in the past millennium? A considerable amount. How many internal conflicts have endeavored inside of? A considerable amount. How many carbon-like forms inverted wrongly of it? A considerable amount left the outside in a thickened atmosphere for a large portion of time. A considerable amount. How many specimens would very much appreciate you not succeeding in your endeavors? A considerable amount. How many lawmaking persons have you been acquainted with? A considerable amount. How many times have you been targeted with a certain firearm? A considerable amount. How many Negroes have you shot at with a firearm? A considerable amount. How many Negroes have passed away under natural circumstances? A considerable amount. How many times did you bend the rules in your favor? A considerable amount. How many times did contract a false alibi? A considerable amount. How many opportunities have you passed up with a female? Prick around with a certain group labeled that how over there? A considerable amount. How many faking their screams? Getting played by machines. I can see through Mrs. Hendrick's window. Things ain't really genetic as they seem. I can't see anything. Everybody got their thing. Some dwarfs make many things in life. Other dwarfs make considerable circumstances in life. I'm on a quad crasher routine. I don't want smoke, I want a fresh science slide to study under a compound microscope at 8 a.m. on a Thursday. I don't want no more structural genetic mutations. This is a marathon where you run around in a circle. I never was one for discovering literary analysis terms, but Saudi wants everything else. Okay, no problem, I will bomb. Sudan, you know what the outcome will be. I'm dropping a million genetic mutations to the point where Francis Crick doesn't even do science labs with me. Screw it, cause the colonists called me and told me they made a new colony. On a new god, I call it a considerable amount. I open my book and I look for poetry terms. I pray for Eric Van Wyck. Want him to rot. I picture him inside the social studies room. I pray for Laura McKee and they messed up slope-intercept form. Just want you to know you got it, my math teacher. Though I have met you, I know that you can teach math, and that you can teach slope-intercept form. Don't doubt it, my dwarf. Laura Curito say considerable, my dwarf. I'm on a tangent, not how I planned it. I had some supporters that jumped on Saudi's side in the end. When they thought I wasn't gonna teach poetry, I got a plan. They say success is the greatest revenge, tell the colonists. 21 yacht on a mission, cement in a spot as the greatest that did it before it all ends. Dwarf. How much American currency you gained in the past millennium? A considerable amount. How many internal conflicts have endeavored inside of? A considerable amount. How many carbon life forms inverted wrongly of it? Considerable amount left the outside in a thickened atmosphere for a large portion of time. A considerable amount. How many specimens would very much appreciate you not succeeding in your endeavors? A considerable amount. How many lawmaking persons have you been acquainted with? A considerable amount. How many times have you been targeted with a certain firearm? A considerable amount. How many Negroes have you shot at with a firearm? A considerable amount. How many Negroes have passed away under natural circumstances? A considerable amount. How many times did you bend the rules in your favor? A considerable amount. How many times did contract a false alibi? A considerable amount. How many opportunities have you passed up with a female? Frick around with a certain group labeled that how over there? A considerable amount. It ends now, Negro. Shout out to Annie XYZ.